Good morning, everyone. It's uh, it's with a heavy heart that I record this live video this morning because I thought that Friends of Freedom would lift politics, and I believe it has, and it's still doing it. But unfortunately, the people that we are competing against, the establishment, can't keep their grubby mitts off the bad behaviour that is happening in this election. And if we don't say something about it now, what hope have we got when or if we get elected to parliament, that if we can't stand up now at the local level, what are we going to do when we get to Canberra and we get walked all over by 150 people from the establishment seeking to take us on? And so I want to report on something that's been staggering throughout this campaign involving multiple candidates, not just the Liberal candidate Brooke Vitnell, but also myself, Jason Olborn, United Australia Party candidate. And you can see a note here on the screen. I'm going to read it to you, then I'm going to read you my reply. And this is unacceptable. I've written to the radio station this morning, and we will be sending out press releases to the Newcastle Herald and the local press today as well. Yesterday, Meryl Swanson has written, I have held back commenting on the Liberal candidate's campaign to denigrate me and my volunteers, but I've decided that today enough is enough. At no time has the candidate complained to me about the behaviour of any of my volunteers. At no time has the Australian Electoral Commission or any other authority raised any issue with me. Like the Liberal candidate, I too have had signs stolen and vandalised. I too have had vile comments made about me on social media. I doubt there is a female candidate standing for election who is not. Today, the Liberal candidate said I heard one of my volunteers call her names and that I did nothing. This is not true. People who know me better. Well, this is very selective. This is just how this game is played, that you just play by certain rules to allow you to say certain things. So here's my comment, my response. Selective moral high ground from sitting MP of Patterson. I noticed the member for Patterson claiming the moral high ground in her campaign at the 11th hour on social media. This is untrue. Complaints have been made to her campaign manager about attacks on my volunteers and myself by members of her staff, paid members of staff, I should say, government salaries, and other elected and previously elected officials at 3 separate pre-poll booths. To claim no official complaints have been made is to attempt to make political gain from our generosity and naivety, and highlights the very reason the Freedom Parties are running in the first place. We have worked hard to smooth the cracks of hostility, to improve the democratic process, and have been ignored, then mocked, and then attacked throughout this campaign. Our signs have been removed from private property, fences kicked in, my tyres have been punctured continuously on top of the verbal and physical attacks and intimidation. The entire reason we ran was to hold the establishment parties to account for their behaviour over the past 2 years, using heavy-handed and bullying tactics to get their way. Meryl Swanson is dancing around the truth. This is not up to the standard our elected representatives should keep. Did nobody watch a current affair this week where one of our volunteers was attacked by a Labor person? For the record, Swanson's staffer, and I haven't named her here, attacked and provoked me 3 separate times on Monday, the 9th of May at Rutherford, also provoking my volunteer, who I also haven't named here, before a complaint was made to Swanson's campaign manager, James Bartlett, about her behaviour, and she was moved to Nelson Bay for the rest of the week, one where Meryl went along with her. Bartlett then came to Rutherford. This level of behaviour appears orchestrated and coordinated and reeks of the Mean Girls stench. They ought not to get away with it. Worse, everybody knows it. If we do not take a stand up for this now, after repeated attempts to diffuse the situation in the spirit of democracy and goodwill, we are aiming to adhere. What chance would we have in Parliament fighting the real issues that made us run in the first place? I must take this stand today. I'm campaigning for the people of Patterson first, our coal industry, our homes, jobs and kids, with the latest challenge bringing awareness to the World Health Organization pandemic treaty being signed on May 22 during a period of caretaker government by a person who's not even elected. If only people understood the ramifications of handing our medical sovereignty to a private organisation funded by unelected businessmen. I think these are the two biggest stories in Paterson today, and I truly fear for our future. We are living in perilous times. If we allow our elected MPs to behave in this way, to intimidate us, to scare us away, which is exactly the modus operandi of how this works. They make it impossible for you to run. They make it too expensive for you to run. They make it impossible for you to man the booths and provide the volunteers. And then they attack you and they get you out of the way of the media who won't cover you. And then they remove your signs, your visibility, and then on social media, you get shadow banned. Now, this might all be coincidence, but it's not. My reach on social media used to be 50,000 views, give or take, on a video. Today, I'm lucky to get 500. My posts used to get 500 to 1,000 likes. Now they're lucky to get 5. This is entirely how the game is played. The only way we win is by you watching this video, sharing it with your friends, and getting cranky about it. This video will be on YouTube, which means it'll be shareable directly to Telegram and to all those other pages to get this out there. But I'm calling Meryl Swanson today, and I'm saying that what you said is not the full story. I expect nothing to come of this, but at least you'll know that when you vote tomorrow in Paterson, that the man wearing the yellow is standing up for himself. He's standing up for his volunteers. He's standing up for his other candidates in this seat because he represents true democracy. He represents Paterson. He represents Australia. And he represents the security of this very planet for whom private businessmen are attempting to overtake us. My name is Jason Olborn, and you better believe that I authorise this video as the candidate for the United Australia Party, Mary Mac 4226. Thank you for watching.